Hey, pick 'em pop, big gun Brian Petrie, giving out the locks. One is mortal, you know it won't miss. Gonna take a shot, dog lock, that's the underdog. Yeah, they in the hunt, send them home, that's KO or submission. Yeah, somebody done, slime ball, yeah, that's the parlay. We gon' make it known. Pick 'em pop from MMA tapes, yeah, let's get it going.
Ooh, let's go, baby. Let's go. I've had to start this podcast 2 or 3 times. I'm having some camera issues. I keep going out of focus, not starting again because I had a little bit of a monologue in the beginning and it's coming from the heart. So I can't keep starting to stop and because then it's just feels like it's not coming from heart. It feels like it's scripted. Welcome to the podcast. I jump right in. Who gives a fuck? Brian Petrie here, Big Gun, See Me and Anakin Florian, MMA Takes Podcast. We got the pick-ems for this weekend. UFC Singapore, Max Holloway versus Korean Zombie. Early morning for us East Coasters. Earlier morning for the West Coasters. But the European fans, those beautiful, passionate European fans, get a night off and they get like a little, they get a nice fucking time slot and they deserve it. And I don't love spots in this card, if I'm being honest. Sorry, I gotta put my phone on silent. Don't love spots in this card. I love spots last week. Last week I'm down units, so maybe I'm up units here. We got all the hits, all the locks, 2 mortal locks, 2 parlays. We got the slime ball, we get the puke parlay, green hammer coming at you. So we got everything. But before we get to the picks, again, I'm going to want to kind of get into the stuff on the top. I got a couple things to get to. I'm sorry. Bear with me. Fast forward if you don't want to hear this. Anyway, there was a gentleman, I think he was a gentleman, who commented on the last post, my recap post, where I was emotional. I was an emotional guy about the haters, about really, I think 2 people in general is what I truly think. I believe it is. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Emotional, and I maybe should have sat on that, maybe not talked about it, but that's what I am. I'm a guy that I talk about everything. I don't hide things from you guys. I'm not, I wear my heart on my sleeve. That's just the person I am. And I said something about how one of these guys messaged a podcast and kind of let their life out, and maybe I insulted that. I said weirdo vibes, and this guy was like, well, hey, listen, I find connection with podcasts all the time. I message them to let them know how great they are. I don't think that's weird, and you're 100% right. I appreciate every single message I get from people that enjoy this show, that enjoy me on the Anakin Florian. I get connections with podcasts too. I did not mean it in that sense, and I think I misspoke, and if I didn't misspoke, maybe I was just too emotional to speak correctly or really say the truth. I think finding connection with anything is a beautiful thing. This person in particular sent a message, a very personal message to one of the members of the Anakin Florian, and it was very. And the only reason I know that is because we were talking about how he might be the culprit of said bad reviews, which is trying to bring the show down. Yeah. Anyway, I just thought it was a little too much. If I'm being honest with you, my own personal self, there's the camera blurriness again. Don't know what you're doing. Is it the hat? I got a huge pimple. I got to cover it up. What's going on here, camera? Anyway, you're going to have to deal with it, YouTube. I'm sorry. But it was a little too personal for me. I polled other people and they all kind of said the same thing, but everyone's different. Everyone's whatever. I didn't mean to make light out of it. That guy is someone I don't like. I think he's a fucking scumbag. I think he's a two-face, and I guess I kind of used him as an example to bring everyone else down who makes connection with podcasts. Me, myself. I made a connection with several podcasts, including the Anakin Florian, before I was even on. So it's pretty crazy that I'm on the show now. Maybe that's why I take such negative feedback when they're trying to bring the show down in my name. That's maybe why I get so emotional, because I care so much about the show. But I do apologize. I probably should have sat on the Monday show a little bit, but again, that's just kind of the guy I am. I shoot from the heart, wear my heart on the sleeve, and I kind of go for it. In another clarification, another announcement. Monday I was down. Monday I did some stupid things and went on Twitter and after the show and just really was just down. And now this week, just the positiveness from everyone and then there's people that follow me that are sending me cool things in the DMs, like Jackson made that cool MMA grid, and we're talking fights with him, and I'm like, what am I doing getting so upset about 2 people, really? I mean, there might be more, but 2 that I've highlighted. Why am I getting bummed out about these cowards, these scumbags, these fucking pussies? Why am I getting bummed out about that when there's so many great people that have embraced me and have come on board and will have brought this show up because of the, you know what I mean? It's like, what am I doing with the negativity? Because Monday after the show, boys in a bad mood. Before I went to bed, I'm on Twitter. I'm on both their Twitter pages just reading the replies and reading everything and being like, these are the guys. These aren't the fucking best, okay? These are the bottom barrel human beings, and you're letting these guys get to you? So fully embarrassed. I apologize if I seemed unrational or irrational, however you say that fucking word. Probably wasn't the best mind to do that thing, but you know what it is. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get emotion from me, okay? You're going to get emotion. I might have to take the hat off, but again, this is what you get. You see this pimple right here? I'm wearing the hat because of that pimple. I just had my wife pop it. I don't pop pimples. And it felt like she was screwing something in my head, so I had to throw on the green money hat just because I don't want to look like a dunce, but I think it's fucking up my camera. Fuck you, camera. Anyway, so there's that. And the big news, not the big news, but the good news is, I ordered two things at the same time. I ordered the boxing robot, which I know another commenter said, hey, bro, don't get scammed. I've emailed them with enough. I don't think I'm getting scammed. Also, they pushed it to late September, which I think I said, if they start pushing it to October, November, I'm out, right? I'm out, right? But we'll wait here. But at the same time I did that, I ordered some custom boxing gloves. Your boy's getting back in shape. Your boy wants to get to gyms. Your boy is putting work in the garage. And I had some Clito Reyes. Those were 10 ounces, bag, mitt gloves. I bought some Salvador Mexican gloves off Box Up Nation. Shout out Box Up Nation. Just because I wanted a 16 ounce to get the weight right. But I ordered a custom pair, which I've never had before. I've never had a custom pair. I've wanted some customs from winning and stuff like that. But unfortunately, the wait times are ridiculous and whatever. So I went Fly Sports UK. They're a UK brand. A lot of UK boxers are wearing them right now. I think I quickly talked about it on the podcast. I didn't share the design details, but they showed up today. Right here, baby. We got them. We fucking got them. So after I do, boom. After I do the pick 'em, we're going to open those up. I'm going to do a first ever unboxing. I'm going to put it on my socials, maybe a YouTube short, something like that. People still do unboxings, right? People seem to be excited to see them. I'm excited to see them because I'm a simple guy. I don't love a ton of shit on gloves. I mean, some people have their own style. I kept it simple. I worked with Sophia, and we kind of had a couple colors I wanted to kick around, and we went with what I went. It's not green, even though green's my favorite color. It's not green because the Clito Reyes, and I guess Salvatore's a little bit green too. So that's nerd talk, nerd alert. But I will be posting that on socials after I do this pick'em. You'll probably be seeing that before you see this pick'em. But I'm fucking excited, baby. I'm fucking pumped up, and I'm more pumped up for the fights. Let's fucking go. First fight of the night, you got Sung Woo Choi, minus 165 versus Gerono. Wait, Brian, God damn it, you're better than that. Jarno Aarons, plus 140. Jarno Aarons, he split decision Gomez in his debut, and he looked lost in there to me. It looked like he didn't know what kind of fighter he wanted to be. Gomez is a little bit better than I guess I've given him credit for, so it's not a horrible loss. We haven't seen him since there. 12-4-1, plus 140, not a huge dog. You got Sung Woo Choi, who is a power puncher, chinny a little bit, cardio not there, and he's getting the favorite price minus 165. The thing is with Aarons is not just UFC debut, but the stuff on the regional scene. I just still don't know what kind of fighter he wants to be. I feel like he's going to try to grapple in this fight, which might be beneficial for him because Choi's best bet in any fight will be to stand up. So I think Choi will look to stand up. Hopefully he has a little bit of cardio here. It's in his part of the world, so the traveling isn't going to be a huge excuse for him. Weight cut, he's a longer guy, so maybe you can go weight cut, but I don't love this fight. If I'm being honest with you, this fight scares me. This is a haunted house fight. I have something ready to pop out. I think if you got some balls and you got a little cash and you want to go dog hunting, go Aaron's first fight of the night. I'm going to go Choi just because I think he's a better overall fighter. He's chinny and his cardio is a problem. He always bet cardio, and I'm going the opposite way here. I'm going Choi. I think you can catch Aaron's probably in that first round. I think Aaron's is a little bit of a boring fighter at times, and I think Choi's gonna expose that. Sometimes these boring fighters do get exposed a little bit when they come out there and they don't really have a game plan. They're like, well, I guess I'll wrestle. I guess I'll stand up. He stands up. Slept a little bit. All right, next up, you got Liang Nam, plus 390 versus JJ Aldridge, minus 520. So JJ Aldridge must have talked. She's close friends with Rose Namajunas. She must have talked Rose into coming back, right? Because Rose flirting with retirement. She must have talked Rose into coming back because she's getting a layup here. Liang Na has been knocked out in her 2 UFC performances. She is not a great fighter. She's got the huge number. JJ Aldrich is minus 520. JJ needs a win. I believe she's coming off 2 losses herself. High level competition, but JJ needs some wins. Her boxing is always pretty good. She doesn't have the biggest power in the world. Her takedowns are getting better. She's becoming more well-rounded. Not the most potent finisher though, but Liang Na, she's been knocked around a few times, and she's not UFC quality. JJ Aldrich, I think, again, is getting a favor here. They're like, hey, we appreciate you getting Rose back. Thank you. We're going to send you to Singapore. But, you get Liang Na. What do you think? And you're getting paid, right? She's like, yeah, sure, I'll fucking take it. Minus 520 is a little too stiff for me. Maybe JJ Aldrich within the distance. Because again, she hasn't finished a ton of people. So that might be a nice little fucking number for you, huh? On a Saturday morning, a nice little juice number. But no, I'm gonna go JJ Aldrich, but I don't know if I love betting this fight, But your boy knows chicks. And I feel like I get made fun of sometimes wearing a hacks. My head's so fat. And it accentuates how fat my face is. But with this money green hat, I think your boy knows chicks a little more with that. You know what I mean? Next up, we got, this is going to be a name, Yusaku Kinoshita versus Billy Goff. Yusaku Kinoshita. I think I fucking nailed up. Versus Billy Goff. Billy Goff plus 115. Kinoshita is a minus 135. Kinoshita was I think they're calling him the Japanese Diaz a little bit. He kind of don't give a fuck. He goes out there in the Contender Series. He's cracking people. Striking's pretty good. Fucking threw up a dud his UFC debut, which I thought I was going to clean up on that. Threw a dud performance, in my opinion. This is his part of the world. Low number here, minus 135. He's going to have the fan base. He's going to have the time zone. He's going to have a lot of things working for him. Billy Goff making his UFC debut here, come off a Contender Series win where people really rallied around him. He had a nice story to him. I made fun of the stories a couple weeks ago, but this guy had a nice little story to him. He's grimy, right? He's just a grimy dude. I think, Kinoshita in the first round is going to be a problem. If you want to play Kinoshita first round KO, I think that's a great fucking play, right? I just struggle because I think Billy Goff is just scrappy and we're getting plus money. So I'm going to take him. No, I'm going to take him. I'm going to lock him up, babe.
Hey, this is Dog.
Hello, there, dog. Lock him up. Dog lock. Billy Goff plus 115. A little bit of a puppy dog. Lines are obviously subject to move, but I just think the griminess. I think second, third round, he's going to take it over. I think he can win a decision here. I think Kinoshita is right now what I've seen of him so far, I think he's kind of a 1-2 round fighter. I think if he doesn't get you out of there and you got a grimy guy that's staying in your face, that's not going away, I think that might be a problem there for Kinoshita. So give me Billy Goff plus 115, dog lock of the night. Strap it up, lock it up. That's what we're talking about. All right. Next up, we got Keong Song, right? That's his name. Plus 270 versus Rolando Bedoya, minus 340. Little surprise, Bedoya got this number, right? He looked great against Chaos Williams, took shots, right? Coming from Peru. Peru's on a fucking rise right now. A lot of Peruvian guys are getting signed off the Contender Series. Shout out Kenny Florin. He's a Peruvian descent. And Bedoya is a little unassuming. He's kind of got a weird kind of body type, like a weird, rib cage. Like, he just doesn't look great shirtless, which is okay. Okay. It is what it is. But he's a scrapper. He's tough. He's got a chin on him. And Keong Song, he dropped Ian Gary hard. This guy can strike. He's got some knockouts, but he's not a great nail. You know what I mean? When the pressure starts coming and you're putting something on him, he fades, and he fades quick. I think he's a limited fighter here. There was going to be a parlay of me that I was going to do that I was going to give out. I've abandoned it, but now I'm going to give it out anyway. All the Asian fighters, right? Either Asian American or Asian fighters, put them in a parlay. They could clean sweep over here in UFC Singapore, right? They could clean sweep. I don't think it's going to happen, but imagine the money on that parlay. However, I'm taking Bedoya, even though I just gave out that parlay. That's like a lottery ticket parlay. Put $5 on it. Why not? I think Bedoya is a good fighter. I think he was underrated. I think he debuted against Chaos Williams, which is such a hard thing to do. That dude can put out a horse, and he took his shots, and it was close. It was a fucking close fight. Chaos Williams It's not a bad fighter. Has some good wins. Been in UFC for a little bit now. And Bedoya debuted against him. Not easy to do. Yeon Sung does have a punch. He's long, lanky. He does have a good right hand. Bedoya's obviously got to be careful with that. Not overconfident. Not him going, fuck, dude. I went Chaos Williams at Yeon Sung, and I'm minus 340. I'm cruising for a bruise in here, right? No, that's how you get knocked out. Don't get knocked out. I like Bedoya here. I like him by finish. A fight that you could probably throw in some parlays. I'm okay with throwing him in a parlay. He's not going to be in my parlay, per se, the two that I have. However, I wouldn't mind him in anybody's parlay. I think that's a good fight. All right, next fight. Chitty Bang Bang. Chitty and Jukwani, minus 110 versus Mihail Olashechek, minus 110. Pick 'em fight. Lines moving. Check your local book right now when you're listening to this. Line's probably moved. We got a banger, boys. We got two guys that don't like the ground. We got two guys that like to crack, right? Mihail Olashechek, which I'm nailing, by the way. He fought at 205, undersized, fights at 185. Really could fight at 170 if you really wanted to. I like him at 85, though. He's doing good work. Chitty's a guy who can just put you out with anything. Big power on this guy. That timber voice. I can't even do his voice. It's so fucking great, that voice he's got. Big power, little cardio. Big power, not great fight IQ. You know what I mean? He handles himself better on the ground than I thought he would. His kicks are pretty good. He sets up his punches pretty well. But Olashechek, man, this dude, body work, his boxing, his constant movement, and he's fearless. He went after the biggest 205ers undersized. He's going to be going after Chitty here. Minus 110. That's my send him home, baby. Send him home. Here, Olashechek, minus 110. I love that play. I'm playing him by knockout as well. I just think Chitty is going to have some success here for sure. You know, Olashechek's only been knocked out one time in his UFC career. Other times, guys take him down and submit him. Chitty might want to play that wrestling game if he gets touched a few times in the body, a few times in the head. But I've seen some quit in him. I've seen him get in some tough spots and quit. I don't think there's any quit in this new Mihail Olashechek, which I love saying his name because I can say it, at 185. Cardio's there, movement there, power still there. From coming down to 205, and the speed hasn't been a huge difference here. And I don't think Chitty's the fastest guy in the world. He's got great timing. He can land something hot, put you down for sure. You have to be careful with that at all times. I think the best play, this was almost a green hammer, but I made him, I sent him home. Mihail Olashechek, sent him home by knockout, minus 110 money line. I love all those plays. However, under, whatever the under is, I love that. Fight not going to decision, which is probably a crazy number. Mortgage your house on it. No way this fight goes to decision. Someone's getting knocked the fuck out. And I can't wait. This is great matchmaking. Let's go. All right, next up we got Toshia. How do you say this guy's name? Toshiami Kazma. Toshiami. There you go. Toshiami Kazma versus Garrett Armfield. Kazma is plus 135. Armfield's minus 160. Both these guys, I'm surprised. You know what? I don't want to question UFC because I feel like they know what they're doing, but I really want to know why the card placement's the way it is. This fight, I think, this could have been maybe the curtain jerker. This could have opened up the fight. Both these guys aren't guys that I'm like writing home about. They're not really guys I'm talking about at fucking family picnics. You know what I mean? If I'm talking about any fighters. You know, Cosmo's got that look though, right? I mean, let me play his file again if you want to look on the screen. Look at him. He's got that fucking boy band look to him. Look at the hair, man. That's a dude that's probably in a K-pop band somewhere, right? I think he's Japanese. Is he Japanese? Yeah, he's Japanese. You know, they love pop culture in Japan. He's definitely into pop culture. What's that? So if it doesn't work out in the UFC, hopefully the dude can sing or at least fucking dance. You know what I mean? Because he's got a future in that. Armfield, I think, is just kind of a solid fighter who's a little forgettable, if I'm being honest with you. And that's just maybe the biggest insult I could ever say, but he's just a little forgettable. Cosmo got knocked out in the finale of Road to UFC against an absolute stud in the first round. So what are you going to do? He's a killer be-kill fighter. His chin is in question, but he goes after it. He's aggressive. He's got a great knockout on the road to UFC as well. And you're hanging a plus money on him, and there's not a lot of plus money on this card that I like. So I'm going to go with Cosmo here. I'm going to go with the doggy dog over Armfield here. I think he has to take Armfield out quick within the first 1 or 2 rounds. I think his cardio is a little weak, and I think his chin could be weak as well. Armfield's got to come in here with a pretty good game plan, but gives me Cosma as a little dog here over Armfield. I think Cosma's getting, we got put out like 30 seconds in the finale against Nakamura his last time out, so people were maybe degrading him or whatever, but he is a good striker, lets it hang out. He's a wild man, and I think he could catch Armfield if he gets a little too wild here, and Armfield's not ready for it. So give me Cosma. Should be a fucking fun fight, man. Should be a fun fight. All right, next up, big boys. Juan Cortez Acosta versus Lucas Brisky. I was a little higher on Costa than I was until he fought recently. I think he's athletic. I think he needs to really work on his leg kick defense. And he's tough, though. He took big leg kicks and he was switching stances. But, some guys who have been around that long, like him, would quit. Their leg is shredded. He didn't quit getting kicked by big boys. And Bretsky, if you look at Bretsky pre-UFC, the guy had a nice little body on him, right? The guy had a nice little body. Now in the UFC, not so much. He's got that USADA body. I'm not saying nothing. Hey, just what these eyes see. You know what I mean? That's all it is. But I think this is kind of a bowl of spaghetti fight here at heavyweight. I'm not doing the heavyweight over Green Hammer. I wouldn't fucking dare do that to you guys. I wouldn't fucking dare do it. I like Acosta here. I don't have a great strong lean. Bretsky has shown some decent chin in the past. He's been dropped 1,500 times. He seems to get up. Cardio, kind of a problem. He could lay on Acosta here if Acosta's not taken too seriously here. I think Acosta has him beat everywhere, though. Probably by decision, but I ain't going to fucking play it till it happens. You know what I mean? Shit, just go Acosta under. If I think it's going over, go under. You know what I mean? Because fade me and get the money. I don't care if I'm right. I care about you winning money, babes. So give me Acosta, a fight that I'm not looking forward to. And back to the heavyweight division here. We got Junior Tafa minus 150 versus the Steakhouse, baby. Parker Porter plus 125. So we picked this fight in the Ankin Florian. Go check that out. That's been out since Monday. I picked the Steakhouse, and I think I'm going to keep with it. I kind of had not a vision, but Parker's been knocked out by Justin Tafa. And Parker is a liability on the feet. He has been hurt. And Junior Tafa, apparently he's the better Tafa brother. He fought in K1 kickboxing. He's a younger guy. He's got big power. But, man, his debut against Mo Usman, a fight where I thought he should have won. He just didn't have that gear. Wasn't ready, in my opinion. Now you're getting Parker Porter, who, if you look at his stats, doesn't land a ton of takedowns, right? But he's going to need to. He's going to need to land a takedown on Junior Tafa here. He stands up, he gets put out. So I'm going to go with Parker Porter, maybe some kind of late second, third round TKO, maybe a decision win. Still undecided on that. Parker Porter money line is my play, plus 125. However, I do like Junior Tafa first round knockout. Junior Tafa first round knockout is going to be a great play. I don't think you're going to get a great number on that. I think Vegas and everyone's going to steam that line. I think that's a smart line there. But I do think that's a good play. So Junior Tafa first round knockout, I think you should add that to your card. But for me personally, for the pick'ems, what I'm going to do, Parker Porter plus 125. That big fucking hairy bald dude is, I feel like, just going to take him down, lay on him, beat him up, elbow him, gas him out. Because Parker Porter, even though he's built like a steakhouse, the guy's cardio's not bad. He can go 3 rounds. And I don't know if Tafa can. I don't know if Tafa is UFC ready yet, but goes out there, one shot, knocks out Parker Porter. He silences everybody. And that's like the ebbs and flows in MMA. We got a guy, K1 kickboxer, everyone likes. His brother's been in UFC for a while. Junior Tafa comes over, looks like dog shit. Against Mo Usman, a fight I thought he should have won. And then everyone's down on him, right? Even though he's the favorite, everyone's still kind of down on him. And then he goes out there and silences everyone with just a quick knockout on Parker Porter. That's how fucking MMA works, but I'm going to go Parker Porter. I'm going to go against MMA gods. I'm switching it up. Next fight I'm looking forward to. Aaron Blanchfield, minus 150 versus Tala Santos, plus 125. Again, back to the placement on the card. This should be co-main event. I don't want to see Anthony Smith, Ryan Spann again. They just fought not that long ago. I think this should be co-main event. I think Tala Santos just fought for the title, had a very close fight with Shevchenko. Aaron Blanchfield's good to fight for a title. This should be co-main event. I'm a huge Aaron Blanchfield fan. I'm riding with Aaron Blanchfield. Slime ball parlay candidate number 1. I threw up the deuce, but it's number 1. I think she's not going to rush takedowns. I think she's getting comfortable with her stand up here. Taila Santos is a big, strong woman. She can take the fight down herself, and she's got some power. I think Blanchfield proved in the Andrade fight, I can stand up a little bit. I don't have to just spam takedowns and rush takedowns. I'm okay on the feet, right? Work in progress. I'm 24 years old. I'm not going to go out there and stand up on the feet for 3 rounds because her grappling's that good. Her top pressure's that good. Her jiu-jitsu's that good. And her ground and pound's that good. She's violent on top. She's a finisher. And I love that about Erin Blanchfield. I don't know if she gets Taila Santos out of there. I don't know if we're going to see a finish. I would like to. I would like to say second, third round finish for Erin Blanchfield. But I'm taking Blanchfield money line at -150. I think that's low. I think that's great. Putting in a parlay as well. I really like that spot for Erin Blanchfield here. I think this is a big win. I think she wins this fight. I know she's young, but now proven if she gets through Santos, in my opinion. And I think she fights the winner of Grasso-Shevchenko. If Shevchenko wins, you might have to run Grasso back, and then we might see Blanchfield versus someone else. But man, I would love to see Erin Blanchfield fight for the title next if she gets through Santos. If she finishes her, fuck rematch and fuck the rubber match. Give Blanchfield the title shot right away. That's how I feel. Give me Blanchfield all over. Next up, we got, almost didn't do the graphic. Rinya Nakamura, -800 versus Fernie Garcia, +550. So I've sounded like a broken record. I love when Japanese MMA is popping. I love that the UFC has this surgence of Japanese stars. Japanese MMA is iconic. It's kind of where the sport originated from. If you really want to get to the nuts and bolts of it, Japanese fans are some of the most respectful, polite fans in the world. And I love that they're getting fighters here. Nakamura might be that fucking dude. He's him for the Japanese fighters, in my opinion, right? Fought Kazma on the Road to UFC finale, knocked him out in round 1. This dude's a grappler, right? This dude has all finishes of his 7 wins except 1. This dude is a grappler, but he's got power. He's got confidence. He don't give a fuck. He's mean in there, and I love that. Going against Fernie Garcia, who's 0-2 in the UFC. I thought he's younger than he was. He's 31. Never been finished before. That's where the green hammer comes. Where is that? I'm not even looking at it. Elbow, baby. Green hammer time. Green hammer time, baby. So, Rinya Nakamura is a stud. -800. What are we going to do with that, right? He finished his last guy in the first round. First guy before that, he finished in the first round. Pretty much all his finishes in the first round. He does have one decision win. Still young in MMA. Great wrestler, great grappler, big, powerful guy. Fernie's never been finished. 31 years old, been fighting MMA for a little bit. Never been finished. Give me the over 1.5. +125 over 1.5. I think the first round we're going to sweat. I think Nakamura's going to knock Fernie around in that first round. But I think he's going to settle in. He's going to wrestle. We're going to get maybe a late finish or decision win for Nakamura. I think he dominates. I don't know if he gets him out of there in round 1.5. But the multi-unit prop play, the green fucking hammer, over 1.5 +125. I'm going against the trends. I'm going against Nakamura -800. He's going to blow this guy out, which I think he does, but no finish unless it's over 1.5. We're cashing this bitch 2 weeks in a row, baby. Let's go. Green hammer. Dude, I just want to, when I get something like this in my hand, I don't know if it's like my ancestries or if I'm just a crazy person, but when I get like a blunt object in my hand, I just want to fucking smash it for some reason. Boom. There you go. Green hammer, baby. And I love Nakamura. Oh, and he's one of 2 Mortal Locks. I forgot to mention that. He's kind of Mortal Lock part 2. We'll get to the Mortal Lock next. All right. Giga Chikadze next up. Giga Chikadze -245 versus Alexis Karras. Bruce Leroy +200. So Giga, was the next big thing. This guy was going to fight for a title, beating everybody. Runs into Calvin Kattar, got knocked around. But you look at the Calvin Kattar fight, which I watched back. He showed some heart in that fight. He was gassed and he was getting the shit kicked out of him. But he landed 120 significant strikes on Kattar. He landed shots. Kattar's just too much of a man for him that night. Bruce Leroy is a hard guy to finish, but he can be finished. Usually it's on the ground, on the feet. He does get hurt. He does get buzzed a little bit. I think Giga is just so much... Or Giga, excuse me, not Giga. Giga is just levels ahead in the kickboxing. I think Caceres is coming off a nice little steam. He's got some steam. He's got some wins, right? And I think he's coming in confident. I think he wants this fight. This is the big fight for him. And I think this is a great spot for Giga here. I think Giga wins. I think Giga finishes as well. His body kicks are nasty. His hands are getting better. He really primarily, his kicks are sick. But I see a body kick rip over Caceres here. Kenny Florian put 5 units on Giga. This could be a parlay piece for anyone out there. I'm going to pass on the parlays. We haven't seen him a little bit. Bruce Leroy can surprise if he decides to grapple. That's obviously the unknown with Giga, even though his takedown defense has gotten a lot better since he came in the UFC. I like Giga here. I like Giga by finish. Minus 245 is not a number I'm running away from him. I'll play a money line. I'll prop him up. Maybe I'll find a same game parlay. Who knows? But I like Giga here big. This could be another mortal lock. I can see a lot of people loving Giga here, and rightfully so. All right, co-main event. Shouldn't be the co-main event, but it is. Anthony Smith, plus 105 versus Ryan Spann, minus 125. So Anthony Smith is on Bisping's podcast, or at least, I don't know if he's a full-time member. I don't listen. But I know he has been on, and I think he's like kind of the co-host or whatever. He does UFC Desk as well. Very well spoken, very smart guy. I like him in those spots, right? He did his scrum today, right? And he's talking shit about Pereira, going, oh, Pereira's not the big dog we thought he was. Look at him at 205. He's not big. And I'm like, the fuck are we talking about? The guy's big. He's huge. What are we talking about, Alex Smith? What are we doing here? Both these guys, I said this on the Anthony Floyd, this is a bowl and spaghetti fight. Kenny picked Spann, I picked Anthony Smith. I'm all over the shop for this. I'm not betting this fight. I can't. I hate not betting a co-main event. I truly do. I'm taking Anthony Smith by the dog. He beat Spann last time. Smith, I feel like, is 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but I feel like him and Spann got some heat, so I feel like he's all in on this fight. I think Spann's fight IQ is bad. I think Anthony Smith is durable, so I think Anthony Smith could get dropped in this fight. Spann follow up on the ground, get caught in a submission, yada, yada, yada. Tire himself out. Smith comes back and TKOs him. I see a finish happening. I might dive into the prop pool. Jackknife dive into the prop pool. That might happen. But I'm taking Anthony Smith. I don't have the best read on this fight. It's a quick rematch. I know they don't like each other. Low number. They're flip-flopping back and forth. This is the number I got yesterday. So, again, check your local book. But right now, Smith is the plus 105 dog. Is probably going to get close to a pick 'em, and or Spann just gets bet up. But I like Anthony Smith here. I think Spann's fight IQ is just not good. I think he's going to struggle. I think he's extremely athletic. I think he's powerful. I think he has all the tools to win. But I think he struggles with the fight IQ and a little bit of cardio there. And I think Anthony Smith might have his fucking number here. They didn't fight that long ago, and Smith beat him. So, give me Anthony Smith, even though I thought he looked completely lost against Johnny Walker. And I think leg kicks are a big problem. I think Ryan Spann could just spam. See what I did there? Nailed it. I think he could just spam leg kicks. Big, powerful guy, spam leg kicks. Chop his legs off. Anthony Smith gets very weary about that and has been chopped down multiple fights. And just don't fall him to the ground. Don't fall to that guard. He's got a good guard. Back up if I was Ryan Spann. But he's got to go out there and prove it, because I think Ryan Spann has all the tools to be a great fighter. He is a great fighter, but to be like world-class, champion level, top 5 kind of guy, I think he has all the tools. He could be an exciting fighter, but he's really got to clean up some of the fight IQ and what he does in the cage. All right, main event. Max Holloway, minus 850. I think this has come down to minus 800 versus Korean Zombie, plus 520. So I put 5 units on Max Holloway. This is something a capper should never do. Max Holloway is 8-1. I'm putting a tremendous amount of money on him for what, right? For what kind of payback, right? This is fake money. This is the Anakin Florian money, but still, what kind of payback we get in there? However, this is a lightning bolt. Boom, just hit me. Max is going to dominate. I think Zombie's done. I hate saying that. I got a Korean Zombie shirt after he fought Leonard Garcia. The famous shirts. It doesn't fit me anymore. My wife wears it, but still, I got one, right? I just think Max is too clean on the feet. Zombie just, he's taking time off, which I like, but he hasn't evolved. He's hittable. He's got power, but is that really going to matter against Max? He got outboxed by Volkanovski. I think Max's chin's going to be on display here. His volume's going to be on display here. And listen, I think Max cruises here. This is my mortal lock,
Give it to the mortal lock demon. I gave you 2 mortal locks. This is the real one. Mortal lock 1.
Nakamura's mortal lock 2. I just think Max cruises here. I just don't see. I literally can't see a world where he loses. I just can't see a fucking world where he loses. That's scary, but it's the truth. It's the truth with 2 Fs, right? So I like Max Holloway big here. Max doesn't get a ton of stoppages, but I do think he will stop Zombie later in the fight, 3rd, 4th round. Just too many punches. Ref's gonna step in. Give me Max Holloway. All right, so we'll try that again. Take 2. Recap on the locks. Billy Golf dog locks. Send him home. Mihail Olashechek. 2 mortal locks. We got Rinya Nakamura and we got Max Holloway. Green Hammer over 1.5 Nakamura in front of Garcia. That's an over 1.5 plus 125. All right, so 2 parlays I teased. That's 2 of them. First one, slime ball parlay. I think this is a winner. I think this is a slam dunk winner here. You got Max Holloway. You got Giga Chikadze. You got Aaron Blanchfield. You got plus 163. I've already spent the money. Okay? Think about that. Money spent. So if it doesn't win, I'm in trouble. Why am I talking so much of my ass? Money spent, boys. I think this is a winner, chicken fucking dinner. That is Max Holloway. That is Giga Chikadze. That is Aaron Blanchfield. That's plus 163. And I had to add this in because when I see free money, at least in my opinion, I have to take it. But being a handicapper, I think I have to mail my handicapper card back to the handicapper warehouse because this is just such a puke parlay, and that's what I'm calling it. It's the fucking puke parlay here. Max Holloway, Rinya Nakamura, money line each. 2-way parlay, 2-legger, minus 385. It's such a joke. I'm giving that out. Anybody can give that out, but I just see free money. I don't see these guys losing. I think it's free money, right? So that's a multi-unit play. That's a 4-unit play, maybe. I don't know. Am I going to get crazy? I might get crazy. Puke parlay. I can't believe I just gave that on the podcast. I'm disgusting. We have to go take a shower after giving that crap out. All right. Hit the subscribe button. Love everybody that's commenting and subscribing and interacting with me. You guys are the fucking best. Brian Petrie MMA on all social medias. Go rate and review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. I think I broke 100 on Spotify reviews. Just you guys are the best. And then, like I said, next week, I don't know if I'll do a recap show next week, but pick'ems next week for sure. Of course, as always, you guys are the best. I think that's it, boys. I think that's it.